Death and rebirth is not something new to stories, but one of the first ones is definitely worth looking into. First, the Egyptian people had Ra, the sun god, as their king. But he didn't want to do it anymore, and his children Geb and Nut didn't want to either. The earth god Geb and sky goddess Nut, who, as we said, were siblings, ended up having 4 children. Their firstborn, Osiris, is who took up the mantle of being the people's king alongside his wife, Isis, who also happened to be a sister. Osiris introduced civilization and agriculture, but this was soon going to be stopped by his jealous brother Set, the god of chaos. Which makes a lot of sense given where the story goes. Anyways, Set had devised a plan to have his brother drown in the Nile, which failed. He then devised another plan which involved him drowning, and that failed again.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
He then decided that third time would be the charm and devised a plan to get Osiris to purposely walk into a coffin. Osiris ended up trapped and thrown into the Nile. The coffin drifted for miles, and once it stopped, the plan worked. The coffin had landed at Babylos, and a heather sapling began to grow around it. The large tree became a column in the king's palace, and eventually Isis, who we mentioned before, came and snagged the coffin back. You'd think this is where the story ends, but no, there's more. Osiris was split into multiple pieces by Set across Egypt so as to prevent any revival. This had worked until, just like Humpty Dumpty, they put him all back together again. Isis breathed life into him, and he was alive. They made love right on the spot, so much so that Osiris actually then died again. Isis had a child named Horus, who eventually overthrew Set and took his place as ruler. And Osiris, though dead, found a place in the Duat as its new ruler there.